Hi guys, hi everybody, my name is Iduma and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you're very new to my YouTube channel, hello, don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up button if you do like this video. I wanted to sit down and really have an open and honest conversation about how school has been so far, and I just wanted to just state where I am. And where I am, honestly, I'm this close to a midlife crisis, no, quarter life crisis, because I'm 23, so I'm very close to quarter life crisis. So let's just talk. Let's just honestly talk, and I hope to be as honest and transparent as possible, but then just know that this is just me just talking about my own experience and what I feel right now. I'm a master's student at the University of Glasgow, and I'm studying international masters in security, intelligence and strategic studies, otherwise known as IMSISS, in the University of Glasgow. And I'm currently doing my last thought mobility. It's actually my last mobility because I'm doing both my last thought mobility in Prague and my project is my last fourth mobility. So I'm doing both of them at the same time. It's usually separate, but for some reason I didn't want to study last year, so I chose to do both of them at the same time. It wasn't wise. This is what is building to it's mounting to the pressure I am feeling. Everything was a bad idea. But before my master's degree and before I chose to go to a master's degree, there were some conceptions of master's students or people that actually decide to go abroad to study, and the conception is this, and it offends me. Okay, the conception is that that studying abroad is easy. Honestly, people do have that conception, and I think that conception too is also heightened by the fact that a lot of Nigerians that do, because I'm Nigerian, a lot of Nigerians that do come to study abroad come out with a distinction. Maybe not a lot, a lot that I know come out with a distinction, let's put it at that. But because social media is the way it is, and it allows people to actually celebrate their wins, people kind of give a generic sense of, okay, everybody that goes for a master's degree comes out with a distinction, so therefore masters there must be very easy. So everybody there is cruising and really having the time of their life, and that's not true. For me though, I don't want to generalize, but it bangs my head when I hear people saying, oh my god, you're just enjoying your life. Honestly speaking, all I do is live a line. When I was in undergraduate, I lived a square, sometimes a triangle, where I could even say I had a social life. But here I live a line. All I do is read. If I'm not reading, I'm shitting. If I'm not shitting, I'm eating. If I'm not eating, I'm reading. It's a line. It's honestly a line. And it's not me trying to be funny or anything, but genuinely I'm not having the time of my life, because the system here is different. And for anybody that's coming, it takes you a while, probably maybe the first semester, to really kind of get your foot right and understand the system, because everything is different. The expectations too are different. And till today I keep asking myself, what exactly was I doing in class? Were there assignments? Because this is not what I did. Did I ever write an essay? I guess not, because I don't know what this is. Policy brief, that was just the end of me. I cried throughout that whole assignment. I knew I was going to bang it. I just told God, whatever it is, give unto your child. Because, but truly the system is different, and a lot of students do find it difficult, maybe the first couple of months before they get their fitting right, and they do well. There are also too some students that do come for their master's program with that notion of, okay, master's seems to be easy because of their proximity to the internet, and that proximity allows them to see people win, and they do think it's going to be easy, so they're kind of relaxed a little bit. And then you come in and you're like, oh my god, I'm about to die. And then there are those ones that didn't really perform well during the undergraduate level, and they come to the postgrad level to actually prove themselves and then tell people, okay, I'm smart, can't you see I had a 2-2, now I came up with a distinction, God can turn my story around. They actually come to actually perform. And I don't know, people in those categories like have to be very, very cautious, because it is true that, you know, maybe you didn't perform well, but like now you kind of know better about yourself and you're more aware. Okay, I'm not a night person, I'm more of a morning person. I found out that, you know, I'm a morning person, like anything coming in the night cannot enter. So at this point I'm like, no wonder I didn't do well. Like if I had actually read in the morning rather than in the night, I might have passed. It is true, like you kind of know yourself better, so you're able to actually perform well because you actually know your strengths, and you kind of also to know your weakness. But because you're out here coming on these streets to wanting to perform, it kind of limits you, because that is all you're thinking about, that is all that drives you, and not even the facts that you want to learn or something like that. Why there's some ones that actually believe that once you come for like your masters, like automatically a job is waiting for you in the Nigeria or in the abroad. Let me tell you something. From what I have heard, life is not fair, and that traumatizes me. I have heard stories of people with distinctions from master's level earning 75,000 naira. Check it. If you're watching this and from another country, check what it is in your currency, and you would, let me tell you, they are broke. That is what it means. Okay, people earning 150,000, people earning at most 200, 300. But then there's some people that just believe that, okay, once you have a master's degree, it kind of gives you more leverage, which is true. But then it can't just make you comfortable. Like that assumption doesn't just make you comfortable and just feel like, okay, no matter what I get here, you know, I have a better something secure just because I have a master's degree, and maybe because I did it in a prestigious university. Oh, that's more bonus. Like, who will see me from Harvard and reject me? Call a gangster. I went to Harvard, sir. You reject me, I reject you. Do you know where I'm coming from? Child, I came from Oxford. MIT to be precise, sir. Why are you saying you're not going to employ me? Your attitude. Like, you know, when you finish NYSC, you finish university, a lot of people are asking you, what's next for you? What's the next plan? What's your plan? And then once you're not able to, you know, give a coherent plan, the next step is either to go to school or find a man. Like, you have to pick one. I love school, and I always say it, I even said it in my last video, I love school. And it dawned on me that this year, actually, when I was doing like self-awareness, I've been listening to a podcast called To My Sisters. That podcast is dope, but then that podcast awakens things that I don't want to be awakened, like the truth. I hate being told the truth. It stings me. But I was listening to the podcast and they're like, okay, everybody, like, that's actually what they resound. You should be more self-aware, you know, self-reflect, ask yourself why. And I was like, I truly love school. And I was like, why do you love school? I'm like, you know, I love the academia. I could actually pick out the reason why I actually like school, until it dawned on me, school is my safe place. You might not understand it, but like, do you know when you're a student? I think it was when I was in Covenant. Like, as I was inside that place, like, I didn't even know that there was fuel scarcity. I didn't even know there's recession. I mean, I didn't know that. Like, I'm almost shielded from the reality of life. And when life kind of feels a little bit too hard for me, the best thing to do for me is to go back to school. Because there's no question of what's the next plan, because it seems as if I'm on the next plan. And I always used to tell myself, like, doing undergraduate level, you know what, we're going to push this academic thing to the end. Because I wasn't academically bright in secondary school, but then I came to my own being, like, probably university, like undergraduate, and then I was like, you know what, I love what I do. Like, you might not be first position in the class, but you are absolutely sharp. Like, I know that in my soul, but then sometimes when you come in the presence of other sharp people, it kind of brings up some insecurity. Maybe I'm not as sharp as I used to think, but then I'm still sharp. But like, I was like, you know what, I absolutely love being here. I love immersing myself in something other than reality. And I was like, I'm going to push the masters, and then after my masters I will get a PhD. And in my head I was like, I don't even care if I have a topic in mind of what I do. When I get to the master's level, I will definitely find something to actually push my PhD, because nobody's going to ask me, so what's the next step? Nobody's, even nobody. And then the thing is this, my parents actually see the fact that, okay, she actually genuinely enjoys being in class. And my mother is gonna push you to the end. And she never pushes you. Funny thing is, my parents never pushed me for like, oh, get married. Like, my mother has never had that conversation with me in my life. And I'm 24. Okay, I'll be 24 soon. But like, she pushes me to academics. That's because she knows that it's something I do love and I enjoy being in school. Like, I know how to be a student. I do studentship well. Like, I know how to read. I know how to flop a class. Like, every grade I have gotten, that's because I know how to be a student. From an A to an F, I've seen it all. I'm a well-rounded student, and she knows it, and she pushes me, go for it. And it dawned on me during this pandemic, I don't want a PhD. It just seems right. And then when you talk to people and they tell you, getting a PhD will enable me maybe move up in my career. I don't even have a career to say I'm moving up to. I only have like one internship and then 1 year work experience. I have never actually worked. So like when I'm talking career, like what are you doing there? You haven't. Sometimes you have to really sit down and really talk to yourself. Like, sit down and have those hard conversations. What exactly are you building? Because when people are talking, I want to build my career. Do you have a career to start with that you're even building? All these people that go like straight from school to school to school. I want to go and build my career. It will help me build my career. You don't even know your career. You don't even know your direction. You don't even know your passion. Then you want to go and build your career. Career in what? Being a student, because that is all I see you doing. You are a career student, occupation student. Sorry, these are my self-talk. But like, it just baffles me sometimes, like the things that we actually want, that we say we want, but we don't actually need. And then it dawned on me that I don't want a PhD. Like, I would move from master's to PhD, and after my PhD, I would still have to come and face the reality of I don't know what to do in my life. I don't know what's next for me. And people are asking me, what's next? Make sure you don't come back to Nigeria. If you come back to Nigeria, you're just a fool. Just stay abroad. Life is better there. Opportunities are there. Why are people unemployed then if opportunities are here? Actually, reason it. There's still unemployment. There is still poverty here, So in my head, I'm like, life is not fair everywhere. Because people say life is not fair in Nigeria, or there's unemployment. There's also unemployment. It's equal. Life is not fair to both the rich, the poor. Even the rich people be like, oh, but you have connection. Your parents are rich. They will connect you to something. I know people that parents are wealthy. They love their kids. But for some reason, their children are unemployed. Like, it's not juju. Don't worry. It's just called life being not fair. And life is not fair. And you have to come to a place of life is not fair. And when you actually say that, it terrifies you. Because what if life is that unfair to me? I say that. I say consistently that, God is fond of me. And I believe it in my soul. God is fond of me. I've never asked anything of God and He has never given it to me. He's fond of me. God, I don't want to cry. But then, is God still fond of me if I finish this master's degree and I have BSc in Policy and Strategic Studies. I have an international master's in Security and Strategic Studies, and I'm unemployed. If that is what happens, will I still be able to say God is fond of me? Will I be able to say God is still good? And the whole of last week, that is what I've been pondering upon. Is God still good when I'm unemployed? If I'm unemployed, will I still be, God is still good, But in that situation, will I still be able to raise a hallelujah and say God is still good? That worries me. I hope I'm able to be happy. I tell people that my goal in life is to be happy. It's to be genuine, like from the inside of my being, be happy. And people think I'm shallow. That's okay. But then I want to be happy even when things are not going my way. I want to be able to say what God is fond of me. Even if you're not seeing it, He's fond of me. Technically, my master's will soon end. To me, my master's will end by July because that's when I finish writing my dissertation. and then we have like our final exams in September. So the truth is, unemployment really starts in July. Like, this occupation, studentship, is potentially going to end. And then why it makes me cry is because I'm not the planner. I'm not the planner. Like, it's when we get to the bridge we cross it kind of girl. At the same time too, like, I'm not ignorant. I do have like, I did have like certain things that I was like, you know what, this is what it's going to be. I am going to finish my undergraduate. I will finish my master's, and I will go for a PhD. But then upon pondering in December, no, I can't even say December, like earlier than that, pondering like October, yeah, it dawned on me, I don't want a PhD. I might want it in the future, but at the moment, I don't want a PhD. And I was like, you know what? Maybe you would need it to push your career. You don't have a career. You are just a student. You have no work experience. So what are you pushing? So I don't need it. I can't want what I don't need, you know, at the end of the day. But come July, I join my mates. People watch my school vlog and some of my videos on like student content, and then they meet me, you know, what are the career options for this degree? To be honest, I don't know. So if you watch this and you've asked me and I gave you a decent answer, see, that's I was just trying to sound wise, you know, just to sound wise, but I don't know. I truly do not know. I can't even help you because I am lost. I am lost. But then, you know, the thing is this, because of social media and our proximity to social media, we actually forget that 95% of people in their 20s are lost, and only the 5% actually know what they're doing, and sometimes they really don't even know what they're doing. It just happens to be, you know, like, they just happened to be good at business. They just happen to get a good opportunity to do business. Life really just happens sometimes. That's why nothing is wasted. Because of how social media is, that 5% really precious the remaining 95%. And we then come to a place of, but my age mates are. And last year, my New Year resolution was, no matter what happens this year, I must be delivered from my age mates are. Because my age mates are doing it doesn't mean I have to do it. Okay, outside the fact that some of my age mates are employed, father, I also need to be employed. But then here's the thing. Sometimes we're dealt with something. I was thinking of it like, I might finish this and I might not get a direct job, and then my mates are like working good jobs that are paying them, and then I end up working internships after unpaid internships after unpaid internships, and I'm still living with my parents, which I plan to do till the day somebody's son decides to carry me. I'm not about to pay rent. Like, see, that thing takes your money. I'm not about to pay rent. No, except maybe if I decide to live here abroad. But if I go back home, I don't plan to pay rent. I plan to live with them. Highest thing they do is to frustrate me, but I must frustrate them. As I was saying, I might be doing unpaid internships, and I'll be living with my parents, and my mates will be doing, you know, big and ambitious things, getting good jobs and all that. The thing is this, it's actually 3% of my mates. But because of how close you are to that 3%, it makes you look as if the whole world is doing better than you are. The whole world is moving forward than you are. When you think of it, some people wish they are even working on paid internships. Some people are even wishing that they are doing masters. Because some people are even doing their masters and I'm like, I can't believe I'm still in school. Like, I know my degree is long and it's 2 years. Sometimes I actually do feel like this is taking forever. Like, my mates are actually finishing their projects. Can you hear this? My mates are actually finished their degree. But then my degree is stipulated to end 2021 September. So I should also to understand that my mates my so-called mates, their degrees were stipulated to end 2020 May. That's because they chose. That was the hand that they were dealt. They were dealt with 1-year programs, and I was dealt to go through a long 2 years program. And it seems like this is taking forever. But is it really taking forever if I'm actually acquiring skills required for me to move to the next level? Is it? Nothing is wasted, though. Absolutely nothing. Even the hard times, there are some things you're learning in the hard times. Like, I'm so glad I had a supervisor that stretched me to the absolute max. That man gave me scars, honestly, which I would speak about like in the next video. I'm so glad I had somebody that gave me so much pressure. Like, I have never been pressured academically like that. Okay, outside this master's, but like in the undergraduate level. And that's beyond like a deep work ethic that I have now. Like, I can walk, and it's not to boast. I know how to walk. That's because he taught me how to do that. But at that moment, it seems like that man was about to kill me, period. I was dying. I died. I was crying every night. But just to see how that seed he put in me has blossomed to a fruit, nothing can frustrate me. I might sound frustrated, but deep down, it hasn't really frustrated me, and I know it. I might complain, but then that's just because I feel sometimes everybody's complaining. Maybe I should also complain just so that I look and sound normal. But deep down, I'm okay. And the problem now I'm facing is I'm beginning to take other people's problems. I don't know if you can understand. Like, the unemployment problem is my problem actually, but like when people are talking, my mates are this, my mates are that, my mates are this, deep down my soul, I'm not worried. But just because, I want to kind of feel among the people that are complaining, sometimes I kind of also join, oh my God, this master's is killing me. I now begin to complain. And I complain for like a whole month. I actually then genuinely begin to have a problem, which I never had initially. Do you understand? And we should be okay feeling that way. And then we should also to be not the friend that now tries to make you feel comfortable with your problems. Be a friend that then just listens to your problem and then tell you, okay, I hear you. How do you move forward? What do you do? Check this place out, check that place out, do this, go to this website. I think you should speak to this person, speak to that person. That is the kind of friend I want to then start becoming, actually, like starting from like today, to just listen to your problem. Like, I hear you, I feel your pain. I don't even feel your pain, but I can't imagine what you're going through. But then how do you move forward? I know that this was like off rack, but that brings me to like what is seriously tensioning me. Like I said, unemployment tensions me. Sometimes people's parents actually putting pressure on them. Oh, you need to get a job there. There's nothing here for you in Nigeria. You need to get a job. Why there's some ones like my parents, like, whatever you do, we support you. If you come home, we support you. If you're unemployed, my mother might support you. My father, I don't know. But whatever you do, we support you. But then sometimes these pressures too, they come from like friends, when you're just there talking to them and they're back home and they're like, guy, if you come back home, you just the mumu, all the opportunities are there, all the jobs are there. You're just there telling me the jobs are there. You're not even telling me where to apply to. Because this is another man's land. I don't know where the jobs are. Like, what website do I go to? You that you're talking, are you giving me a website to go to? Are you directing me to where to actually get this employment that we're talking about? Opportunities there everywhere. I see if I open my gates, the opportunities are there. No. No, it doesn't work that way. And people don't also to understand that a lot of people in the UK, in the abroad, are unemployed. And the level of unemployment is as high as it is everywhere. Life is not fair everywhere. Okay, let's be specific now. Students studying abroad in the UK, it's hard to actually get a job. Now here is why. it's hard to actually get a company that would want to sponsor your work visa, because sometimes getting a job is easy, but like getting a work visa and a company that will sponsor your work visa, and that becomes difficult. It becomes difficult because nobody wants to take you on with that kind of responsibility. You're almost like baggage. It's not as easy as they make it look. And the thing is this, social media too is also too lying to us. Not everybody's working an office job. No, people out here are not enjoying. People have bills to pay. No, life is hard here too. Life is hard everywhere. And then the way we see it, as once you cross abroad, is almost like a messiah. Once you've crossed to the abroad, all your problems are going away. That's something we need to actually reason. Like, the pressure is pressuring us. It's true. It is crushing our souls. But we need to sit down with ourselves and actually think, do I even want to be here? Because, the abroad is actually too lonely. And in as much as you're here, you make friends and you kind of build your own community, they almost like slightly don't feel like home. Slightly don't feel like home. There's some jokes you sincerely in your spirit, only a Nigerian will get that joke, and that joke is juicy. That joke, and you show it to your new community, they can't even click. It cannot connect. They're not on the same wavelength, and you're just like, my guy for Nigeria, if he get this joke, but in data don't finish, so no online. And it's a problem, and people actually choose to have community and choose to be around home over even finding a job. Some people even live, that's at the end of the day, people are actually in pursuit of happiness, because some people leave good paying jobs here and go home to take insult from their parents, and they are taking it with joy and bliss, and that's actually okay. And then when you also to come here, a lot is actually required of people, like in terms of workforce and actually overall everywhere, because when you even try to apply for jobs at home, they're asking you for 10 years working experience and 20 years working experience. I know 20 is a stretch, but like, what I mean, like they really ask. You're just like, I'm 24, where do I gather this 10 years work experience? Am I supposed to be working in the womb? Am I going to be comfortable taking on unpaid internships and just sitting in my father's house with no job? I have to get to a point where I'm content with that. Not that it's good I'm unpaid, but then I have to understand that for my age mates that are on those tables that I'm looking at, they have worked extremely hard to be on those tables. Some people have been taking internships like even before they entered 100 level, and they do have a good feel of what work life is. They have like the skills to be there. If you tell them write a memo, write a caption note, they will be there writing it for you. But for somebody like me that has never actually worked, I will be looking at you like, what is that? If I then say, okay, I am doing unpaid internships, obviously that means I am being introduced into the work life. I have to become comfortable with the fact that I am sowing seeds and I will reap my harvest. And the thing is this our generation, everybody wants to be tensioning everybody, so this internship does not look like it's desirable. But at the moment, it is what I need to do, because I need to actually acquire skills, subset of skills, to be able to be on the table where the 3% is, where the 1% is. The proximity to all these people that have it together, it's almost damaging to us, because we are then in a rush trying to pump fertilizer, trying to genetically mutate the seeds that we just put in the ground yesterday. Like, we want the seed to become a flower like this already, and it doesn't even make any sense. Like, I know I'm just speaking and rambling, but like, this is just my heart, and I have to be okay with taking it small. Like, I have to be okay with setting small goals. I have to be okay with the process I'm in now. I have to come to a place where I feel safe, because I feel like I have no plan. Like, once I made up my mind that I wasn't going to do a PhD, my heart sunk, my heart drowned, because ultimately that means I don't know what I want to do, because I have been escaping reality for so long, and now I have to really join the workforce. There's nothing bad with joining the workforce, but like I have to then figure out what I truly want and where I want to work, and then I have to then take up responsibility, because I have been living in African privilege for a very long time. I then know that I don't have my own plan. I don't sound like a woman that lacks faith or something like that. Like, I don't want Christians to be like, oh my God, but like I'm really then trying my best to then trust that God has something good for me, that every single thing that I do and will do in the future, that He's with me in the middle. Like, if I finish this degree and I'm unemployed, that God is still good to me, and God is still leading my life, and God still has a plan for me, and it's going to be hard for me, because I don't know if I will be personally able to say, you know what, I'm unemployed, but God is good. I'm unemployed, but I raise a hallelujah for God is good. I really don't know if I'm able to say that. And I know now as Christians, I'm like, you know, be like, God is good all the time. But I don't feel like that all the time. Like, I don't feel like that all the time. And I might feel like that the next day you get that God is good, but like not all the time. And I don't know. To me, that's okay. Because at the back of my mind, I know that God is good. But I don't just know. I don't just know what life entails for me. I know that deep down my soul, I don't want to be abroad. Like, I don't want to stay here. I don't want to be here. I don't see my life here. Like, in as much as I say my husband is not in Nigeria, my husband too is not abroad. That means he's in Nigeria, because that's where we are. But home is where my heart is. And if you're like almost like you're in the postgraduate level and home is where your heart is, don't feel bad for taking it. Like, don't feel bad for going home. People will call you fool. People are already calling me a fool for even wanting to go back home. I take that a fool with honors. There is nothing wrong. Obviously, yes, the job market there is like way harsh, because man, people's salary, when they tell you the salary, like at the point you just be like, I didn't want to even know the whole details. This I'm receiving trauma. But I have to be able to understand that everybody's not giving the same hand. You get, life is not fair. Not everybody's not giving the same hand, and I have to at this point work on myself so that the tables that I say my age mates are on and the tables that I see myself being on, I will be able to be on those tables. I'm learning a lot of skills now, and then the question is now like, is this thing necessary? Because I've seen so much, I don't know, graph that I'm almost like, how is this going to help my destiny, Lord? But then I have to also to understand that, in as much as I'm trusting God for like, oh, good employment and all that, I also have to understand that I have to give something to God. I have to allow Him work with something. Like, I can't just be like, okay, God, I only have my undergraduate and my BSc, give me a good job. Like, I need 10 figures. Cause we set unrealistic goals. We need 10 figures, $1 million. You know, people don't even say million naira job. They call it in dollars. And they'll be like, God, cause I'm your child, make it £1 million. You know, God wants everything good for me. That's why I aim high. But the thing is this, you haven't given God anything to work with. This, if you check the criteria for the job, like, you don't meet it, and then when you apply and they reject you, then you're just like, God is not a good God. No, you didn't give Him anything to work with, and I don't want to be that person. I have to be wise. I can't be walking around ignorant. I have to like look at what the places I desire to work in and be like, what are they looking for in an employee, and then learn those skills. Like, if you say you want somebody that does SPSS and Python and R, I'm gonna learn it. I might not need it now, but who knows? I might be calculating my money on SPSS. If I end up not even doing this and I open a shop where I'm selling provision, who knows? I might want to carry out a survey on how my business is going, and who knows, I might need SPSS. Like, nothing is wasted. At the end of the day, nothing is wasted. So I have to then be able to say, you know what, God, I've done my bit. Like, I've done all I could do. Like, I have learned this SPSS. I have learned this Nevivo. Didn't want to, but okay. I learned the Python. Lord Jesus, you know I didn't want to. I'm giving you something to work with. Do something for me, you know. And at the same time too, I'm thinking I don't want to be unemployed, and I keep praying to God, oh my God, God please settle me with a good job, God please. And I'm like, what if I actually get employment and they're paying me good money but I feel unfulfilled? You know, like there are 3 levels of job. Like there's the I'm unemployed, there's the I'm underemployed. Underemployed is when you're like, you have master's degree and they're paying you 70K. And then there's being unfulfilled. Like, I'm not happy. Like, I feel drained to the bones and I'm not happy. Is God still good? Because he did give you what you asked for, but like now look at you're sad. So at the same time too, I'm just like, you know what, God, give me what you want from me. Like, God he's so spontaneous, so adventurous. Like, he's that kind of person that when you're like, say, oh, I want something, I want him to be adventurous, be funny, be loving, supportive. That's Jesus for you. And the problem is that this I don't know how far me I'm able to jump with the Lord, because sometimes the Lord be doing stuff. He be doing stuff that stretches your faith. I don't know. And I'm just being honest. I don't know. I really hope that I'm able to like surrender, like, you know, not say how I surrender it all to you, but in my heart, my soul, my being, my spirit, I leave it all in your hands. Just be able to say that. And then I now walk around and I'm like, you know what? We can't also to be moving mad and be talking about these our problems alone, because it doesn't do us any good. I have to actually get knowledge from people. And I met like with one of like our counselors that is in charge of like our career and stuff like that. And it takes a lot of boldness to actually step out and be like, you know what, I'm confused, I'm suffering here, like my mind is playing games on me, the devil is even lying to me, the Lord is exposing so much truth about me, but like I'm moving mad, Lord. And you have to be bold enough to like step out and be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Can you help me? Can you guide me? Not lead me, but can you at least guide me? Because God is leading me. And then it was so good speaking to him, because, you know, you were like, oh, you could try this, you could do this. And, you know, when you're also to having those conversations with the experts, don't feel stupid to say, I don't have job experience. I don't know anything. Help me help myself. Because sometimes you're almost tempted to be like, but I got some things going for me. I have nothing going for me. And that's the fact, that's the truth. But I cannot be here pretending and lie I have something. Nothing is going for me. Tell me what to do, let me do it. Give me the information, please, sir. It's just good to like share and be honest with the people you're sharing with. You know, this is where I am, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Like, help me and help myself. And then he was able to like give so much guidance. I have a little bit of clarity. And then I'm like, you know what? And then I came to a conclusion of yesterday, you know, you're just coming up in life, you don't know anything. So I want to be able to be in a workspace that will enable me learn and pick up what I need to learn to be on the tables that I want to be on. And I'm okay with that. And I'm truly okay with that. And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for spaces that will enable me grow. And I'm coming to a place of, you know, I do want to come back home, but then I probably want to learn here a little bit, couple of years, 2 years, at most 5 years. Like, I'm never going to spend more than 5 years abroad, ever. Like I said, I don't think my husband is here. He has to be in Nigeria. I'll go meet him there. So after the 5 years, I know that, okay, I've gotten enough skills. When I go outside, I can be employable to people outside. You get, like in Nigeria, I mean. I also faced a situation like when we're applying for like internships. It's part of like our course criteria to actually apply for internship if you want. It's not compulsory. But then, you know, there were like all these companies from all over the world, actually, like in South Asia, in Europe, in America, Australia, and all that. And part of me felt so small. And it was almost like I don't even deserve to apply to all these big places. Like I was saying, Frankfurt Institute. Like, who am I? You get, but who am I not? But I suffered with that for a really long time, and it was like I eventually applied for Ghana, but then it was after like constant battling with myself, because people that study in the diaspora, some of them, I'm not saying all of them, but I think some of us do suffer with that. Like, I'm not enough, I'm not worthy to even apply to your organization. Like, who am I? Who am I? And then I struggled with that, and at the end of the day I was like, it's not even about that now. I personally want to apply to Ghana, and I feel like I need the skills there from Ghana, and that is why I eventually applied. But I know that haunted me a while, and then now that I was like, I'm now like, I probably would stay here for like maximum 5 years, and then it's just like, who would employ me? Who will see me worthy enough to employ me? Do I even deserve a seat on the table? Like, do you know where I come from? I come from a people that is a small town. I'm a small town girl. What do I even have that is worthy enough for you to pick me? That's some of the lies I'm like facing. It's a big one, and I'm sorry I'm using you guys as my therapist. I should actually pay you people for watching my videos, but I feel like that some days. I feel like that some days. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like that some days. But then those days that I do feel like that, sometimes those feelings really overwhelm me. Like they overwhelm me, like they're heavy on my soul. But then there are some days, I'm like, I don't want to feel this way. Like, any organization that has me on their team is lucky to have me. You know what do I have to give? There's sometimes the devil will just be asking you, what do you have to offer that organization? I might not have the intellect, so-called intellect, but I have the common sense to be in that office. Like, there's some things that common sense is the answer to, and I have that. You can't be tensioning me like this. Some days you have to really remind yourself of who you are and what you bring to the table. I have a lot to give a table. Like, I am a very intelligent girl. Sometimes I forget. But then, this is on facts. The facts are, I am very, very intelligent. The facts are, I do have things to bring to a table. And irregardless of the fact that the devil keeps whispering, oh, but you're not qualified enough, you're not this. You're just looking at yourself like, am I qualified enough to be on this table? And then that kind of mindset, I know, would keep you small and keep you in a place where you're underpaid, undervalued, unfulfilled because of that mindset. But like, sometimes you have to actually, you have to tune into things that keep your spirit pumped. Like, I said the best thing I ever did was come across V Cativo, and V Cativo is doing life. She's winning, and then I'm not looking at her and be like, look at my age mate. She's not even my age mate. I'm 2 years older than her. We're in the same age bracket, and she's doing amazing things. But I'm looking at her, I'm like, God damn it, I don't want to have anything you have, but you inspire me to work. You inspire me to know that I can be on tables. Like, on tables. I can even break the table if I want, because I am that good. Like, she inspires me to want to be on tables and to know that I deserve to be on tables. And with her, she then moved me to my sisters. Like, you need to listen to my sisters. Like, I don't know these girls from anywhere, but do I love them to the death? These are my girls. I don't know them actually. I should stop. I should calm down. But like, listening to them, you're just like, actually, like the episode with Diadinga, you just actually listen. At a point, you begin to even ask the devil. When the devil is telling you, oh, you cannot be this, you'll be like, why not me? We're about to fight though, because why not me? Tell me why you think I am not qualified to be in this job, like in this office? What is it they're looking for that I don't have? No, really, tell me. What criteria do they have that I don't? Do you know who I am? Sometimes I said to God, I move humble in this life. I actually sometimes forget the degree I have, because forget the fact that I tell you I like school. You think it's just this school I've gone to. I have certificates everywhere, like I pack it. It's all in my head. I swear sometimes you actually catch me not just feeling small, acting small, looking small, like I then become small. Like after I listened to that episode, I'm like, Bia, Diagodi, come here, Mr. Devil, let's discuss this, because I've been talking to God for too long. Let us discuss. It's not me cannot be there. Do you know the amount of degree myself I have? Those people, they have 5-year working experience. Shut up! Shut your dirty gutters. I have 6 months internship. Note that down. I got skills. I have 1 year working experience. But what did you do there? You did not do anything. Shut up. Let me tell you something. Yes, I sold old egg roll there, but let me tell you something. I have negotiation skills. I have people skills, communication skills, because it's not easy buying and selling. It's not, you have to be polite. All you did was sit in the conference room. Yes, that was called team building. I was building the team. We were building together. Like, don't be tensioning me. Like, that thing that you say is small is a big deal, because people don't know how to work with people, and it's an issue. I know how to work with people. Sometimes I can fake a smile, but not everybody can fake a smile. You need me in your shop. You need me. Ooh. It's like when I feel like I cannot finish this degree. You sit down. You be like, but I finished BSc. It's like this dissertation. I'm like, oh my God, 22,000 words. That's actually a lot. I feel so tensed. Like yesterday, I was like, can I just use my undergraduate project as a reference, like just to like look at it and know what I was doing there. I realized I wrote 32,000 words. I was like, come here, Ugo. Come here, devil, to sit down. What are you saying about me not being able to write this 22,000 words? Do you know why I wrote 32,000 words and change? Sometimes we actually need revelation. Sorry for being shouting, but I swear, like, hey. Like, when I realized I had so much pages on my dissertation for undergraduate, I'm like, what is 22,000 words? I'm a storyteller. Like, come on. I don't even like to write. I don't like to write. So this is why. I put it in a long story. Like, we go around this circle and I eventually bring you down to, like, this is why. I can make it to 22,000 words. What? Hey, I say sometimes, this devil, man, he does whisper lies. Sometimes too, some people actually even forget that their age mates are actually doing what they're doing, because the devil really wants you to be feeling small. Like, he really wants you to be out here on the street looking and acting small. So, there's some people that their age mates are tensioning them, but like there's some people that they need to see their age mates to like inspire them. Ladies and gentlemen, when the devil comes to tension you, remember like your employment history starts from even being a child. Not just a child to God, to your parents, to being a sister. It's not easy to be a sister. Take it from me. An elder sister, that's a full-time job, man. That is a full-time job. Like, the way my sister calls me to demand for things, you kind of look at it as like, what just happened? Like, the hell does she think she is? That girl is literally my boss. So like, am I skilled already as an employment person? Yes. You have to remember all your previous job. Like, I'm a friend. That's a hard job. Take it from me. I'm an acquaintance. It's a hard job to keep people like in their boundaries. Like, it's a skill. But let's not just be walking out here and be thinking and acting small. Like, let's not be letting the devil tension us. Like, let me tell you, the devil too has been playing with me with this video, because I've been filming this video and the battery has been dying, and have I been pouring out gems? I want to share my heart more with you people, but do let me know if you people like this video. I know that I'm still trying to figure things out and figure out, okay, maybe what I want and what kind of career path I want to go to and what I actually want. But then I think it's also too good to create a space where, you know, people are honest about the stage of life they're in, and expose the lies and expose the things that we genuinely sometimes do feel that is oppressing us. It's important that we do that. It's very, very important. And then in as much as people don't really have, like, people do have these conversations, but sometimes the Africans in the diaspora aren't telling us the truth about what they're actually going through and how they're feeling tension and what they feel. And then when we get there and we're feeling this, we then feel like the way we're feeling is not normal. But then it's normal. They're feeling these things, and it's just that they're all lying and everybody's trying to be feeling hot and cool. Let me tell you, people have been faking, even from Nigeria, even to the abroad. That's how in Common University we seeing boys on turtleneck shirts. They're hot, but they're there acting as if they're cool kids. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not saying I'm angry about those boys, but my dear, like, if you're hot, go and change it to a short sleeve and tell people you are hot. Don't be saying it's for this type. It's unrelated. But I want to continue like honest conversations like this, and just create a space where people feel honest enough to like share their experiences, their fears. Like, I literally just expose myself to the internet, and that's such a scary thing to do, honestly is. And it leaves my mother in a state of panic. It honestly does. That's why I don't do it very, very often, because I really am struggling with a lot of things, and it's difficult some people don't actually believe it, because some days I do look as if I have my life together, but then that's because I am that kind of person that I'm internalizing my problems inside. Like, inside me, hell is breaking loose, but then outside I look all calm, because in my head the devil and Jesus be fighting, because I'm like, I can do all things, but yet I'm like, oh my God, I'm about to break down and die. So since I can't afford the therapist and I'm using people as a therapist, people to use me too as a therapist. And if you're struggling with something, like, write it down in the comment section. Like, let's all help each other feel, but then at the same time too, like, let's not be consuming people's problem as our own, but then just be able to share, and for all of us in the comment section to be like, we listen, we hear you, we see you, and this is how you move forward. Talk to here, go to here, move to the admin, like, talk to someone, or trust God or believe in God, and share scriptures with one another, like in the comments or something like that. But I do hope this video was able to help you. I lost so many clips while filming because my battery kept dying, but when I said I was happy, because before this clip I was bawling my eyes out. But I do want to continue having honest conversations for people to, like, in the diaspora or something like that, just to feel normal. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. If you want more, let me know.